So to start things off, Future, Mixtape Pluto, 17 tracks, no features, his third project in 7 months. Shout out to the work ethic, man. Shout out to Future. Been in the game for years, over a decade, classic mixtapes, classic albums, smash hits, club classics, street classics, whatever you want to call it. He does not need to put out 3 projects in 2024, but yet he's feeding his fans. And on top of that, him and Metro Boomin hit the road. They went on tour. So shout out to Future work ethic, man. I got to give credit where credit is due on that part. No matter how you feel about the albums or what, you got to salute the work ethic. So I want to start with that. In terms of this project, Mixtape Pluto, it seems as if my expectations weren't as high as a lot of people. It's 3 projects in 7 months. What else more do y'all want from the man? I needed no features, check. I needed something for the crib, background music, got football on TV. He did that, check. And just something for the whip to give me the point A to point B. And he did that. How the saying goes, low expectations prevent high disappointment, whatever the hell it is. Like, what else more do y'all want from the man? I say that because, you know, you got Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever the case may be. And I'm seeing people talk about the album. I give this a 6 out of 10, a 7 out of 10. For one, it's called Mixtape Pluto. You know what I'm saying? It's Mixtape Pluto. And I was like, okay, just give me something that put me in that time frame of, you know, Streets Calling, True Story, back in the day vibes. No features. He said, no, I don't want nobody else on it. It's rumors that Gunna was supposed to be on the song. It's rumors Travis Scott was supposed to be on the song. It comes out, it's just Pluto. You know what I'm saying? I think as fans, I understand it. Like, music comes out every week, every Friday, so much. But I think it's a time for us fans to just realize it's a time we can just sit back, relax, just press play, and let the album go. This is one of the projects, when I heard it over the weekend, I was like, okay, I got my likes, I got my dislikes, but overall, it's something I really can't give a review on because I didn't treat it as like I did when We Don't Trust You came out, when Future and Metro Boomin, the first time they collabed on a full project in some years, my expectations were high. Compared to this, it's your third project in 7 months. Like, just give me some songs I can put on the playlist, just give me something I can vibe to, and I'm cool. But overall, man, I think people should have just relaxed with this project. I think they were judging it a little bit too harsh, in my opinion. It's just something to have in the mix. And he got songs on here that hard as hell. That Ready to Cook Up, been on repeat. That Surfing a Tsunami, been on repeat. That MJ hard, that Lil Demon hard. He got songs still on this project, but when you hear Future, I think some people like, oh, it got to be this, it got to be that. Really, all I needed was just be better than We Still Don't Trust You. And I have played it more than I played We Still Don't Trust You. So if you want to say mission accomplished in terms of the first weekend listens, he did that for me. Shout out to my boy Vontae. He brought up a great point. It would have been great to hear some DJ Esco drops. Eskimo, the coolest DJ in the world. I haven't heard that in a while, I feel like. Where is Esco? Like, that is kind of weird. Like, okay, I get it. Future Metro, they've been collabing, they went on tour, but I haven't seen Esco. I mean, he want to be low-key. Who knows? He probably just, hey, I got a family now. Who knows? But if you're going to call it Mixtape Pluto, I would have loved to hear some Esco drops, some DJ S-rated drops from, like, the old Future mixtapes. So that is something that Vontae brought up. I was like, yeah, that is a good point. Because a few times, I was like, damn, a good DJ drop would have been hard. If you want to call it Mixtape Pluto. You know what I'm saying? But overall, man, like I said, 17 songs, no features. It didn't even feel like 17 songs. I looked at the time, it's just a little bit under 45 minutes at that. So in my opinion, man, he did what he had to do. For it to be 3 projects in 7 months, if I'm judging it off that, he did what he needed to do. And it made me think even more, what is the time frame or what is the situation of where you have, well, me personally, I have certain expectations for artists in terms of albums or projects, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, with We Don't Trust You, that was Future and Metro collabing for the first time in years on a full project. So when it comes to artists linking up with a certain producer, I have expectations. Doesn't matter if it's a first-time situation or they did it once. Like Currency and Alchemist, I have certain expectations. Harry Fraud, Currency, I have certain expectations. Let's say Griselda, Derringer, Griselda, Alchemist, shit, Gucci and Zaytoven, Future, Metro, Young Nudie and Pierre. You know what I'm saying? 21 in Metro. It's certain artists, producer collabs I have expectations for. But in terms of just a person dropping an album, whatever, I'll say maybe after a 2-3 year hiatus. Like if you've been ducked off for a couple years and you come back with an album, then I'm like, okay, I got expectations. Because I was on a walk. I went to the park for a walk Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And I had my playlist on, and some Young Nudie came on. I was like, damn, I haven't heard from Young Nudie in a minute. I already hear some new Young Nudie. Go back, he just dropped the album last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you haven't heard, like a year is a long time. Let's make that clear. A year is a long time, but in today's world, every Friday you hear a new album. Every other week, somebody announce a new project or announce a tour. It's very rare you get an artist that go on a 2-3 year hiatus, like no features, no nothing, and just come back, hey, y'all, I got a new album. I would like to go back to those days, but the way we work nowadays, the way streaming work nowadays, is very rare, unless they got other business to, subside them not dropping music like that. So I was thinking that for me to have expectations, it has to be set up to where, okay, you've been gone for a minute, or you linking with a producer who I really, really like. Or it could be a couple producers, like somebody say, hey, I'm locked in with Sunny Digital, Southside, Zaytoven, something like that. Then I'm like, oh, okay, you got the Avengers down there. So, I understand, everybody got TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, everybody want to get their reviews out so quick. Sometimes when it comes to new albums, I do wish we could just sit back and just enjoy the music without trying to give a review so quick. And I feel like I'm well within my right to say that, because it's been plenty of times I'm like, damn, I wish I could live with this project for 2-3 more weeks, then talk about it. But it's a current event world we live in nowadays. You got to do what you got to do. I totally understand it. But going back to Mixtape Pluto, favorite songs, like I said, Lil Demon Hard, Ready to Cook Up. Plutoski is the one that catching a lot of trend on TikTok and everything. MJ, Surfing the Tsunami, Lost My Dog. Lost My Dog is, at first I thought he was talking about Rico Wade, but he was talking about like my partner died from fentanyl and all that. So Lost My Dog is one of those songs like I'll put in the codeine crazy bracket in terms of Future songs. Like when you really listen to it, you be like, okay, Future is a real man, a real human being at the end of the day. Like outside of this astronaut persona that he's had, you got to think about, like, sometimes I do think like, damn, Future got a lot of kids, a lot of baby mamas. I wonder like what Future like real life is like. You know what I'm saying? Like we just hear about the drugs and the women and the clubs and the partying, the money. I would like a good behind the scenes doc of Future, just the man, Future. And that's what this song Lost My Dog made me think about. I was like, damn, this dude really like, he got a life outside of this persona that he's built throughout his career. So that's a real deep song. And Say Gang, like he got songs on here I really enjoy, but like I say, some people look at Future in a bigger light than I do, so they're going to judge it a little bit different. But overall, Mixtape Pluto, for it to be your third project in 7 months, I'm not mad at it. But that Ready to Cook Up and Surfing a Tsunami are my two favorite songs to come off that. And, he did those two songs justice.